Hey guys, welcome back to another video. This evening I have my Deviant 300 with me. I haven't flown this in quite a while actually. Most of the flying I've been doing recently has been with my Banff 2s. So let's fly this for a little bit. It is dead calm right now. Temperature is cooling back down. And let's see what we can do with the air. It's very, very soft so far. Let's go into thermal mode. Seems like there's a small bubble right here. Excuse the noise, there's some construction nearby. Let's go into thermal 2. No, it's not coming. It's not going up. It's coming down. Back to thermal. I'm just gonna go across the school roof, see if there's still any warm patches up there. Seems a little bit buoyant. No, it's coming down. It's very, very still. All right, let's get it back up. Let's try to give it a little bit less control and just let it float for a while. So recently, whenever the weather has cooperated, I've been kind of flying my Banff 2s a bit more. Right now I have two Banff 2s that I'm flying. One is a ruddered one and one is a rudderless version. So I've been trying to get as much time as I can on the two models to try and figure out, for next season, which is a World Championship season, whether I'm going to have all my planes as ruddered versions or with rudderless. So I'm trying to get as much stick time on them as I can. To be honest, both of them fly pretty darn good. The only real advantage, stalled for a bit there. The only real advantage I see for ruddered models, for me anyway, is when the air is really, really light, I seem to be able to do, because you have the rudder, you can kick the plane around a little bit tighter when the thermals are light and small. With a rudderless model in a very small diameter thermal, you have to bank the plane quite a bit. And you just lose a bit too much lift in those conditions. So I think I'm probably going to go with a ruddered version for all my models for next season, but I haven't really confirmed yet. But tonight, I figured I should probably come out with my Deviant, fly a little bit. I flew it once yesterday as well, and let me tell you, it was a little bit of a challenge going, from heavy ballasted Banff 2s or 1.5 meter models, and all of a sudden throwing 150, 160 gram 1 meter models again. The arm speed is a lot higher. You get a little bit of that blood rush. And let's see. Yeah, the air is actually not too bad. I'm in thermal 2 right now. Thermal 1, back to thermal 2. I've been trying to add more camber to all of my planes recently because one of our pilots, Anthony from France, he swears by 10 millimeters of camber on his Banff 2. I flew it on mine for a little bit and really, really like it in certain conditions. And so I've been adding it to my Fury and to my Deviant as well to see how I like it. I mentioned in my Fury video that, in the computer, it doesn't really suggest that the airfoil would like 10 millimeters of camber, but in actual flying, it seems to like it. So, like right now with the Deviant, it's doing quite well. I think I need an extra click or two of up elevator. Very darn soft conditions. Now, this time of the day, if there's any thermals, it's probably going to be over the roof there. Just that last little bit of sunshine hitting that black roof and maybe kicking something off, but no, not feeling it again. It's not too shabby over here. I'm not sure I have the height. Oops. Flew a bit too close to the edge there. The edge of the envelope and flight speed, I mean. Installed. Okay, I'm going to come back in. Thermal 1. Oops. Let's do one more. Ooh, almost slipped there. Not a very nice pushover. Almost slipped. Right into the sun. Luckily the sun is a little low. I think if I step forward, I might get that sun out of my eyes. Hey, you know what? That air seems a little bit buoyant. Let's see if that's actually the case. Hey, I think I'm climbing. Back into thermal 2. To be honest, I think I can even add a little bit more camber on this. Maybe bring it up to 11 millimeters plus snap flaps. For those who don't know, this is a Deviant 1 meter DLG. This is something we produce. And this particular one is a rudderless version. I always forget to say this in the flying videos, but if you guys like the video, make sure you hit thumbs up, hit subscribe, and hit the notification bell icon. It lets YouTube know that people enjoy this video, and so they'll make it more visible to others who also like RC gliders. And hopefully, these videos can help bring more people into the sport. I always forget to say that in flying videos. Hey, you know what? We're in a pretty decent thermal. It hasn't moved much in terms of location. So for a rudderless plane like this, I'm just controlling it with my right aileron, or right stake. So that's with aileron and elevator. For rudderless models, you're going to have reverse differential, so more down than up for your ailerons. And if the plane is not tuned well, then it's going to turn really crappy. That's the thing with rudderless models. You really have to get it tuned in properly, and you got to understand how to fly a rudderless model. But once you get it, it flies really, really well. It hasn't been black and white trying to decide for next season whether to have all my planes as ruddered or rudderless. So it's taken me quite some time to really decide. But yeah, I think I am going to go back to rudder for next season, for the World Championship season, which, by the way, is going to be in Slovakia unless they cancel it or postpone. Fingers crossed that does not happen. This is such a beautiful way to end the day, just before dinner. I'm going to shut up for a little while, just fly, and you guys enjoy it. Oh my God, it's so high. My neck hurts. I'm going to bring it down a little bit. Dive down. Let's bring it to speed mode so we can pick up some speed. Woohoo! I'm not a very good acrobatic flyer. Okay, now let's see if we can hit the thermals again. We're back down to about launch height. Maybe a little bit lower than launch height. I think this is about 35, 40 meters. Maybe 35 meters. No, there's no... I can't find the bottom of that thermal we were just in. Oh, there's a little bit of air there, I think. Back to thermal 2. Oh, I'm a bit wary of landing on that school roof though. No, it's very, very soft. I don't think I can climb up from that with that. I think it's just going to be a short video. I think this is the last flight. Alright, let's come in for a landing. There we go. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys don't mind my rambling. Make sure you hit subscribe, hit like, and I'll see you in the next video.